So with Mr. F, you heard that he was getting a little excited earlier as my little one was coming into the bubble. Ready? Finley. So he does have a very lovely inside voice, almost. So if your babe is sometimes struggling with overexcitement or arousal, but also a little bit of anxiety, Mr. F, the way he is approaching the distraction is with some anxiety. So ready? So when we're practicing, Finley, I want to keep my dog up and wiggling. So it's a little bit easier for him to move around. And then we might do a little check-in and then a little find it. So remember too, the benefit of some of these find it's, even if he's a little bit out of camera shot, is that we're trying to get Mr. F to go from this little woo-woo where he gets overwhelmed into movement. So obviously in the beginning, for some puppies, new things like littles or new people in the environment can be a little bit strenuous. So we want him to, ready, Finley? Yes, move in and out of the environment so we can try to keep his little body and his mind moving. Yes, nice job. So this is where a lot of times movement is going to be really important. Hippo, it's okay. You don't have to start making noises too. So he's very cute, but Finley's a little bit apprehensive. So remember that for a lot of dogs, novelty is flustering. So what I'm trying to do with Mr. F is get him to practice moving around the environment. Ready, Finley? Ready? And if, let's say, he does these woo-woos, I'm just going to bring him into my space and feed for that engagement. So remember that his second day in the classroom, and he, ready, Finley, sit. Yes. Ebba, can you stand up and not be a frog for a minute, please? You're all set? Okay, he's a little bit noisy. That's fine. So Finley said that it was a little bit spooky working with a little one. So when you're practicing anything new, ready, Finley? You'll see that I did try to keep him off to the side. Ready, Finley? And if he gets a little bit stuck, I want to keep him wiggling. So for a lot of puppies, novelty can equal anxiety, but it can also equal sometimes frustration. They don't know what to do. And I know at times, ready, Finley? Yes, right there, nice. Your best bet, when in doubt, keep him moving, can be very helpful. So then as he's practicing right here, Finley, try to get his attention. If I lose him, I'm going to go down his leash, gain his attention, and bring him away. So also too, the way your puppy's taking food, so if he becomes a little harder with the way he's taking snacks, that also means that he's getting overwhelmed. So really, for a lot of pups, their mouths can be like barometers. You can start to figure out right there, yes, how comfortable they might be feeling with how they're taking their food. So right now, I'm just going to try and get Mr. F up and wiggling. So I know that you had mentioned he does do a lot of chatting. So obviously there are some breeds that do a lot more talking than others. But part of it, ready? Finley, could be that if, for example, throughout the day, he is able to rehearse things like looking out a window and then barking as he sees things passing by, he might start to think that that is the way we relieve anxiety, boredom, frustration. So we do want to make sure that the home front is also conducive to learning. So right now I'm just trying to keep him up and wiggling. We are working a little bit with some of this loose leash walking. So anytime Mr. Handsome is next to my leg, I am feeding him for that. Ready, Finley? So right there, I'm moving him into my space. These are technically some front behaviors. But again, the main goal is right now, I'm just trying to keep engagement, ready, with me versus the environment. So for loose leash walking, if he is typically struggling with loose leash walking, I would highly recommend to pick a softer bubble and start practicing there. So this could be being, in your home, so inside the house versus outside. You'll see that again, my leash is relaxed, so it's not constantly taut. And what I'm doing is feeding Mr. F for when he's by my side. So I'm picking the moments where he's by my leg. There are going to be times too where I would recommend, ready, Finley? Yes, good job. You'll see how he started off a bit overwhelmed. So I'm not saying this is super easy peasy for him. So there's that gorgeous shake off. And he says, I found a crumb, but he thought he could find it and gobble it up. So right now, ready, Finley? Yes, I'm making sure that as I'm feeding him, it's by my leg. So as we're practicing, we're building up that being by the person and soft is why we're getting those little paychecks right here. Yes, indeed. Nice. So he's getting a little bit more comfortable. And remember, if he hasn't really been around littles very much, remember that little humans don't instantly translate to safety. So let's say I lose him, regain his attention, do a find it. Yes, my love. Huh? Oh, I can get you something. 1 second. So I'm going to continue with Mr. F in just 1 second, but I want to go help my little one with something real quick, and then we'll continue with Mr. F. So give him a little break.